There are only two reasons why we don't get what we want. The first reason is because we don't know what we want. The second reason is because we have resistance to actually having that thing in our lives. We have subconscious hidden programming that says having that thing in our life is not safe. In this video, I'm going to share an exercise that helps you identify exactly what you want and the resistance that you might have to it. And as a quick aside, you're going to want to come back to this exercise again and again, because if you haven't been working your desire muscles, your wanting muscles, it's going to feel harder to identify what it is that you actually want. And every time that you come back to this exercise, you're going to feel a little bit more pliable and like you can stretch a little bit further. This exercise is going to help you get used to expanding and feeling safe, starting to want more. As women, we have been trained out of our wanting. We have been trained to get smaller and smaller and smaller thanks to the patriarchy. And it's exercises like this that help us to start to take our power back, to reclaim our desires, our wanting, and our sense of personal freedom in the world. Okay, let's dive into the exercise. This is called the Desire Reps game. So in your mind's eye, I want you to think of 3 concentric circles, like one small circle, one larger circle outside of that small circle, and then one even still larger circle. So you have 3 circles. Now inside of that first circle, that's your comfort zone. And we are going to stretch our desire muscles a little bit each time, getting wider and wider along with these circles. So when you start in the comfort zone, and we're going to stretch 3 different times, and we're going to go at a different level of stretching for each time. So the first stretch is going to be called stretch. It's just going to be called stretch. So stretch is taking you from your comfort zone to the next concentric circle. And in the stretch period, what you're going to do is identify desires that feel safe. I want new lip gloss. I want a clean house. I want to raise my rates. Those feel safe. They don't feel too edgy, but you know that it's something that you want. Then the next level, round 2, is risk. So think of this as going from your comfort zone to 2 concentric circles outside of your comfort zone. Feels a little bit edgier, a little far from where you're comfortable. And this is called the risk zone. So in the risk zone, these desires feel a little bit riskier. They feel a little bit uncomfortable. So maybe this is, I want to experience my first 10K month, or I want to feel comfortable making more than my partner or more than my parents ever did. Maybe it's, I want to hire a cleaner, or I want to work 3 days a week or 4 days a week and have a day off in the middle of my week. It's something that feels uncomfortable. It's something that you don't automatically think, that is absolutely possible for me. You're not quite sure. Finally, we're going to go from our comfort zone all the way out to the edge where the largest circle is, and that is the die zone, because it feels a little bit like you're going to die or part of you is on the line. So these are the really big desires. These are the desires that you don't really want to tell anyone else because they seem too big and you want to keep them close to your heart. So this could be something like, I want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine. I want to be famous. I want a life in which I get to experience luxury in all the areas. I want to star in a Broadway show. I want $100,000 a month coming in through my business, and I want to make a global impact. I want to be on a billboard in Times Square. Don't shy away from desires that seem too big or too out there. This is simply an exercise in stretching your imagination, in stretching your desire muscles. It's really important to practice this skill, because if we can't even let ourselves want new lip gloss or 2-ply toilet paper, how are we ever going to have the 6-figure business, the 7-figure business, the day off in the middle of the week, the amazing African vacation, whatever it is that you truly desire? You got to let yourself want. You got to let yourself want the small stuff before you can start welcoming in the big stuff. And if you start to notice resistance Well, that's a really good sign because it means you're about to identify one of the subconscious beliefs that is in the way of you actually getting what you want. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is set a timer for each of these types of desires: stretching, risking, and dying. And for 2 minutes, I want you to just free flow and write down whatever comes to mind. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh, I want a clean work area. I want the papers and the Post-it notes off of my desk. I want new jeans. I want a new cell phone. Then you're going to do the same thing for stretch desires, and then one more time for the die desires. So 2 minutes for each section. And if you get stuck, well, that's good information. It just means that you haven't warmed up your wanting muscles in a while. This is a really important exercise to keep coming back to, because every time that you come back to it, you're a different person. And your brain has already been primed with what it's about to do. So it's a little bit more willing every time it shows up for this exercise to say, hey, last time I said I wanted lip gloss, but maybe I actually want a whole collection of lip glosses, or I want lip glosses in my office, in my bedroom, in my purse, and in my car, so I don't have to search for them anymore, because one of my values is convenience. This is actually something that I've realized that I really enjoy, because I found myself searching for lip glosses all the time. I couldn't find freaking lip glosses. So at a certain point, I was like, well, what do you want? Well, I want lip glosses everywhere, so I never have to search for them. So now I have lip gloss in my office, I have it in my bedroom, I have them in my purse, and that way I never have to search for them. So it doesn't matter how big or how small your desire is. The whole purpose of this exercise is just to stretch your muscles, to stretch your desire muscles. And then you get to go out into your world, into your environment, and start noticing what feels like an inconvenience. What are you tolerating? What makes you mad or angry? And that is going to point you in the direction of yet another desire that you've just uncovered. So I'm going to encourage you to keep a note in the Notes app of your phone, so that when something comes up and you're like, oh my gosh, there's another desire, you can just go into Notes app and write it down. Wealthy women know what they want. And through this exercise, you are strengthening that muscle of wanting. You are strengthening the muscle of desiring, of knowing who you are, of knowing what delights you and brings you pleasure. Patriarchal programming, religious programming, family programming, they all encourage us to get smaller, to shrink, and to stop wanting, because they want us as a good girl, a nice girl. And good girls and nice girls are controllable. Women who are in touch with what they want, who they are, and where they're going and why, the world doesn't always like those ladies. The first step in having more money is identifying what you want, is becoming a woman who knows what she wants, because you can't make more money if you don't know what you want it for. The whole point of making money is to use it, to give it a job, to put it in service of something greater than yourself. Your desires are sacred. What you want is sacred. All right, have fun with this desire reps game of stretch, risk, and die. Let me know in the comments one desire that came up for you. And if you noticed any resistance, let me know that too. Because remember, again, that's good news. It means you're identifying one of the subconscious blocks that's keeping you from getting what you want and making more money. One last thing, if you feel guilty about wanting, I'm going to encourage you to check out the link in the description below and go and grab my free training, The Guilt-Free Money Reset. This training is designed to help women let go of the guilt that keeps them undercharging, overgiving, and holding back from receiving more. If you've ever felt bad about wanting more money, or greedy or selfish for wanting money, this training is going to help you reset your money mindset, create a powerful relationship with money, and start receiving with ease. Again, you can grab it at the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll see you in the next one.